A man who gave a cup of kindness to 2 freezing orphans. Never expected a helicopter to land in front of his house 20 years later. What it carried changed his life forever. Asterisk, the snow that day was bitter and wet, clinging to the shoes of every customer who stepped into the diner, but no one noticed the 2 small figures pressed against the glass. Their faces were pale, their clothes thin and soaked. They didn't ask for anything. They just stood there, silent, cold, forgotten. Marcus saw them. He always saw what others ignored. Wiping his hands on his apron. The black waiter stepped out from behind the counter. Without a word, he opened the door, the wind rushing in like an unwelcome guest. The boy looked up, defensive, protective, but scared. The little girl clung to him like he was the last thing she had left. Marcus knelt down, held out 2 steaming cups of cocoa, and smiled. "You're safe here," he said simply. That moment, that kindness, would vanish from his memory like so many quiet deeds he did without thought or expectation. But for the children, it burned into their souls like fire in winter. But Marcus never saw them again. Years passed. The diner stayed the same. So did Marcus. His back grew stiff. His hands, slower, his checks smaller. But his heart never changed. Even when customers snapped fingers instead of saying please. Even when new hires called him old man behind his back. Even when people left without tipping. He swallowed it all with grace. He had no wife, no children. Just a small 1-bedroom home on the edge of town. A worn Bible by his bed, and a fridge half full, more often than not. Still, he gave. 2 strangers. 2 hungry teens. To anyone who needed a warm plate and a little bit of hope. He never asked for anything back. Then, on a crisp morning 2 decades later, the sky above his street cracked open. A helicopter, it hovered low, a sleek, polished aircraft with dark, tinted windows. Neighbors peeked through curtains. Children pointed, some even ran outside, phones in hand. Marcus, barefoot and holding a cup of tea, stepped out onto his porch. It landed. Out came 2 well-dressed individuals, their steps confident, their eyes scanning, until they found him, and then they ran. The boy, now a man, embraced him first. The girl, now a woman, in a long coat and heels, held his hand and trembled. Words spilled between sobs, names, dates. That day at the diner. The cups of cocoa, the warmth, the dignity. "We've been searching for you," the man whispered. "You saved us. You didn't know it, but you did." They had made a vow. If they ever made it, they'd find the man who gave them hope when they had none. He wasn't just a waiter to them. He was the first person who treated them like they mattered. Now they stood before him, successful, powerful, grateful, and they came bearing gifts, a deed to a new home, fully paid, a trust fund in his name, a foundation to feed children in Hishinauer, and an offer. "Come live with us. Let us take care of you now." Marcus couldn't speak. He didn't need to. His eyes, full of tears for the first time in years, said, "Everything." Asterisk, he didn't feed them food, he fed them dignity. Sometimes, the quietest acts echo the loudest across time. Asterisk, that evening, the entire neighborhood gathered around his porch. Some stood with hands over hearts. Some wept. Not for sadness but for the beauty of something rare. Justice wrapped in kindness. Marcus didn't ask to be remembered. He just gave. And when the world finally gave back, it came not with noise, but with honor. Asterisk, heroes don't always wear uniforms. Sometimes, they wear aprons and serve coffee with a quiet smile. If you believe kindness still matters, if you've ever been helped by someone when you least expected it'll, leave a comment and tell us where you're watching from. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that honor silent heroes like Marcus.